Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Mailbox Power Monday Morning Mastermind. MMM, Monday Morning Mastermind. I just realized that. And we love starting out the week as a team of people who lift each other up and help each other in their business. And as I've said many times, this is not the Mike and Brenda training show. We learn from all of you because all of you are coming from different backgrounds and have different life experience that can share with all of us, and we can all lift and grow. And with that, I like to start the week, or we like to start the week with Mailbox Power wins. So does anybody have a Mailbox Power win that they'd like to share for the week?
I don't want to jinx it, so I'm not going to say anything yet.
Well, I would call where you are a win, Lulu.
You know what? It is a win.
She's on vacation in Costa Rica. So to be able to go on vacation, that's a win in the Mailbox Power business to have that time and financial freedom.
Absolutely.
So it may not be a customer win, but it's a life win.
Absolutely.
Sure.
In my old company, I would not have been able to finance this. I just never got the traction and the backup. You know, coming on these calls every week has helped me so much and helped me grow my Mailbox Power business that I just never had that support before. So yeah, I would have never been able to finance it in the past.
You know, another thing too, Lulu, is the fact that you're in Costa Rica and still able to attend these calls and work on your business while you're there. I mean, that is a huge win because you're not tied to a geographical location, so you can work from anywhere in the world, and you're proving that. So love to hear that you're down there enjoying yourself and still able to be on these calls and working your business.
Thank you. Me too.
Awesome. Well, if there are no other wins that people want to share for the week, is there any struggles that somebody would like some help with before I kind of bring up a topic? Because I don't want to direct these. I want to help you, Brian.
So I'm still struggling with this whole automation thing and how to add them. And you know, if I add a contact to a group that's got automations tied to it, are they going to start getting inundated with everything that's all the automations attached to that group? And it's like, do I really want that to happen? You know, so I'm just trying to clean that up is something I got to really work on. And I'll just have another call with you eventually, but I'll throw it out here.
So that's a great topic, Brian, because Mailbox Power is the automation company, it's how do you do it? And it's partly how your brain works, because everybody is a little bit different. But I like to think of a group, and we'll call it A clients, or you know, they're your top clients, and you want them to be in a birthday automation, birthday, half birthday. You want to send them a thank you as soon as they become an A client. And let's say that A client you wanted to touch monthly. Well, then yes, your A clients will be in your monthly automation. They'll be in your birthday, half birthday automation, and they'll be in your thank you for business automation. So it will be attached to 3, and they won't get inundated because it's just a once a month touch plus the birthdays, other than saying thank you. At the end of a year, that 12-month automation, now there's 2 options here, because if you're an executive member, you can daisy chain automations. And what I mean by daisy chain is you can go in as an executive, and at the end of that first 12-month automation, you can say, when this one's done, I want this one to run. And then I want this one to run at the bottom of that next one. So you can do that automatically, and then they're not inundated, because the minute they finish the automation, the technology in Mailbox Power is so smart that if you went and added me to, we'll call the first one the 12-month recipe. If you go back and try to add me to the 12-month recipe, there is programming in place in the background that says, wait a minute, Brenda has this customer ID and she's already gotten that automation, so they don't send it.
Okay. So on the same token though, so if I want to, I want to send something to all my clients right now, because just to get them something, I can send it all in an email, but I wanted to do it in a card. So now I got to set another automation into that group, right?
So if it's a single touch, I would not do it as an automation.
Okay.
I would do it as a single touch. I'd go in and I'd find the card and the gift or whatever it is that you want to send, postcard, and I would add it to the cart. And then at checkout, I would add all of those groups to the cart. And the way you do that, if I bring up my screen, we won't be able to share this recording. So I'm going to try to talk you through it. And so you'll go to the checkout, and then you'll scroll down at the top where the groups are, and you'll pick A clients. And then over on the left, you're going to check the box in front of first name, but make sure that over on the right, if it says 0 to 25 and you got 250, that it says you change it from 25 to 500, so that when you check that box, it checks them all. Then you go up to the box again and scroll down to the next group, and you do the exact same process, and it will keep adding to. Now, the beauty of that is also, same with our automations, is if I'm in 5 of your groups, it's not going to send it to me 5 times, because it's only going to add my contact once. I'll already be checked from the other group, so I won't get multiple copies. Does that make sense?
Yep. Thank you very much.
Okay.
The other thing that I want to touch on that you mentioned, Brian, or Brenda mentioned, is the thank yous. Now, a lot of people think you just tell somebody thank you once and then you're done. It's not a bad idea to have a quarterly touch, just says thank you for your business, we appreciate you, things like that. So think about that when you're putting together your thank yous for your customers. Is just don't do it just a one time and done. Try to create an automation that maybe hits them, quarterly or at least semi-annually. That way you let them know that you do appreciate the business.
And on that note, it doesn't have to be a separate automation attached to that group. You could go in and pick, whether it be the charcuterie board, the recipe, any of them that are already there, and go modify the words on every 3rd or 4th month to say, hey, put their first name. Just wanted to say how thankful we are for you. Here's another recipe, or whatever it is, whatever automation you've picked. That's, again, the beauty of the system, is we have so many automations that are pre-done for you, but it doesn't mean you can't go make it your own. You could take a few minutes, think of Canva or any of the tools that are out there, that there's already a template, but you don't use it as is. You tweak it, you move something around, maybe you change the color. That's the beauty of Mailbox Power, is it's mostly done for you, or can be, if you like it as is, ready to go. And so that's another reason why I love the system. But thank you for that question, Brian, because so many people get confused by that. Now, the second way, so I talked about A clients being in 4 different groups. The other way you can do it is you can make a group attached to each automation. So you can say birthday, half birthday. So like I do a female and a male, birthday, half birthday. So I have a group called female birthday and a group called male birthday. And then you might have a group called 12-month quotes, motivational quotes, or 12-month recipes, or holiday automation. And what you can do is, instead of A clients being attached in the automations to multiple automations, you could go into Brian's record and say, okay, I'm checking this box because I want them to get the birthday, half birthday. I'm going to check this box because I want them to get the holiday. I'm going to check this box because I want them to get the thank you. So that's the other way to do it. And everybody is different. It really depends on how your brain works. It really, you have to decide how your brain works and how you understand it better, because some people I've worked with cannot wrap their head around A clients being in multiple groups or multiple automations. They're better off having an individual attached to different groups that go to different automations. So I know that might have confused all of you, but there is more than one way to skin a cat, more than one way to do each task. And it depends on how your brain processes things. And if any of you are struggling with that, like I know Brian was, you can always reach out and schedule a training session with us, schedule an hour with us. And there is a cost to that, but you can schedule that time and we'll be glad to work with you individually to help you figure out what's best for you. Thank you again for that question, Brian, because that was a loaded one, and hopefully, hopefully we answered your question. Any other challenges? No? All right, awesome. Well, last week we were talking about AI tools, and it's been a while since we've talked about other tools to use in your business. Now, you can tune out if you're one of those people that just wants to go pick a design out of the design catalog and call it your own, tweak it a little bit and hit send. But if you're creative, like I know a few of the people on this call, yes, Kimberly, Lulu, I know you're extremely creative. I think Teresa is too. I know Suzanne is fairly creative, at least when it comes to the music. So what you can do is, there's other tools out there, whether it be Canva, that's our go-to is Canva. But you can go out to Canva and you can search for thank you, birthday, whatever it might be, thank you card. And you can go find designs that are almost done. If you're a real estate agent, go look for real estate just listed, real estate for sale by owner. I mean, depending on what industry you're in, you can go find templates that are close to done for you. You just got to change it to your brand colors, change the language on it, maybe move things around. So it's another tool, Adobe Express Scale. Kimberly, I have somebody else recently that's a Adobe Express Scale, and I personally couldn't figure it out. So she had to do all the editing from her side, and she saw what I did on the Canva side, and she became a free Canva user because there was more there, at least for her. You might be a higher paid version of that, but she did the free on the Adobe Express, and it was frustrating her, and she saw how easy Canva was. So just, you might want to look at it if you haven't. But, and Mike Scott, you know, there are tools. We need to invest in our business. Can we all agree that it takes money to make money? There are tools out there like Shutterstock, Deposit Photo. They all cost money. Adobe Images. photo, what's the other one? Deposit, Shutterstock. I can't think of them all, but there's lots of image repositories, again, that are all done for you, that you just go grab it and tweak it, change the color, or you use it as just an image on the back of the card or wherever it might be. And as long as you're not going out and reselling it as is, you know, you have to incorporate it into your own designs, then for the most part, you're good. Now, I'm not a lawyer. Don't quote me on that. Check with your business lawyers, but it's a good place to look for things also. If you've never used Etsy,
Oh,
you can search Etsy for Canva templates. And I've helped businesses find templates, especially like in the real estate space or some of the other professions. There are people out there, I think dental, there's law, there's chiropractor. I think Etsy has a bunch of those already done that you can buy it. Now you can't turn around and sell it, but your customer can go buy it and then use it for themselves to send to their clients. Just check the licensing, because sometimes it says you can't print it more than a number of times or something. So just always check the licensing, the copyright on everything. But usually if you're using it for your own business and only your own business, those licenses are fine. So go check Etsy, go check Fiverr. Fiverr.com. For those of you who aren't creative and you need something unique for your business, Fiverr.com, you can hire a graphic designer to do something. Now, that being said, we've gotten some good stuff and we've gotten some mediocre stuff. So if you find somebody you like, stick with them. Don't keep jumping all over the board. If you can't find somebody you like, of course, we're always available to help you. So just let us know. But those are some tools. Anybody else have a tool that they are using that's helping them in their business, whether it be for card designs or social media or in their business, that would help everybody else?
I would just like, oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Go ahead, Lulu. You're already.
Well, I just want to say that I don't use Canva. And now with Mailbox Power, with all of the elements that they've added, for those of us who just like, I like to just get in there, create it, and be done. And that way, if I want to go and change it, I can change it on, no problem. And I know it works. Mailbox Power works a lot like Canva, but I find Canva overwhelming, too much. So I stick with Mailbox Power, and the amount of clip art and backgrounds and whatever, they have added so much stuff that I really love it. I love it.
Totally agree, Lulu. You can do everything you want.
Everything.
Right in Mailbox Power. What I talk about Canva and some of the others for is sometimes somebody stares at a blank piece of paper and they're not you are extremely creative, Lulu. Sometimes somebody needs a starting point to get an idea. They've got something in their head, but they have no idea how to actually get it on paper. Those tools are great as a starting point, just like AI. I would never use anything you get out of AI as is. I would tweak it to your own language. But again, it's a starting point. It's a launching point for ideas.
Right. And then
they use them mostly for.
And then they can, if they, get that basic idea, they can import that into Mailbox Power, and then they can
tweak,
have lots. Yeah, they can tweak it right in there. That way, I have found if I need to make a change, it just makes it easier.
Oh, I totally agree, because there's been times I try to do everything in Mailbox Power as much as possible, and I'll go in and try to tweak a design. And I'm like, oh, that one must have been something I did in Canva. Now I got to go
Yeah.
back over to Canva to change it.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
the
are
only caveat.
absolutely correct there. And the other thing I love about Mailbox Power now, if this is a spoiler alert, you're going to go play with it all day today. I'm going to tell you, you're going to lose sleep and time. If you haven't played with the eyedropper tool to change the color of your
Oh.
text to any color, your logo color or anything else, you can spend a lot of time playing with the tools in Mailbox
Yeah.
Power. So awesome. Suzanne.
Good morning. Well, you mentioned AI, and that was one of the things I was going to talk about. And one of the things I use is called NowSite, and it's really fun. I've just gotten all kinds of stuff going on. Anyway, but what I was thinking about is, can we use, like, somebody creates a picture on Mailbox Power, for a card. Can we take that picture and put it over an AI quote, or over a quote we might do ourselves, and post it on Facebook or something like that?
You would
Can
have
we-
to use like Snagit or the snipping tool or something like that in order to
I'd
get
have-
it as a composite, just like when Mike and I design things, bring it up in preview mode,
Mhm.
and then you've got it there without the blue line or that greenish blue line around it. So you
Right.
could go out and then snip it, but that's the only way to get that composite image.
Right. I was
Um,
just wondering if there was any legalities with that, if using that information that somebody else created or something that I'm posting on Facebook or
Now,
whatever.
yes. Okay. So I thought you were talking about something you create, Suzanne. I would
Mhm.
not take somebody else's design
Okay.
and put it out on Facebook or that.
Oh,
I would not take somebody else's design and do that.
Right.
Now, if you take it as the design from the design catalog and the thumbnail to say, this is a card I'm sending through the system, then yes, because you're promoting the system and the artist in the system, I think that would be fine, because we used to have the social media links where you could share the designs.
Mhm.
So I don't think there's any problem with that, but don't try to call it your own and put words over top of it or something. I would not do that. I would,
Okay.
that probably would get you in trouble.
Okay, that's I thought I better check. Thanks.
Yep.
Not that I've
Yep.
ever done it, but it was an idea. I thought, well, maybe I better ask.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't use other people's images from cards and put words over top of it on social media. That sounds like it would get you in trouble. Teresa.
Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry if I missed this. I ran away to heat up my lunch. So if we already covered this, my apologies. Full disclosure. I have actually used ChatGPT to create images for my cards. I just tell it what I'm looking for, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing. It creates, and if you don't like what it created, you can tell it to tweak it, and don't put any words on it, because sometimes it takes creative liberties with what you want. But I've used it to create images, and I've used it for my social media posts for images. I've used it for cards. So I don't know if we covered that
Wow.
while I snuck away to heat up my lunch, but there you go.
We
Wow.
haven't. We talked about AI last week and we hinted to AI, but I love that. And
I know there's a couple of versions of ChatGPT out there, Teresa. So I believe it's version 4 that you have to use for images. Is that correct?
I believe so. And I have the paid version for ChatGPT. And I absolutely, I have that, and I know Suzanne talked about NowSite. I have both, and I find tremendous value in both. But like I said, it's just the images it creates is off the charts. I mean, I'm like, wow, totally blown away, and has really actually helped up my social media game. So
Awesome. I love it. Any other tools or tricks that you're using in your business that you can share with everybody else? Time saving tools or that we all can learn from? Neil.
I think I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, and I have not used it for Mailbox Power yet. I have created a web page inside of something called Boards. Are you familiar with Boards?
Mm-mm.
Boards is it's an app you can keep on your phone or your desktop, and it works as a keyboard. So I can go into Boards and create, like I want when I have a new dealer coming on board for AMSOIL, I want him to see my video. I have wording in there that I put a few PDFs, and I created a web page through this. And so when someone calls and says, I'd like information on becoming a dealer, I just go into my text and I hit, I'm doing myself, Neil Stagner. I go to the keyboard thing on the bottom of my phone, pull it up. Of course, it's not going to work. And then I can go to my web and I could just send him the business application right there. And it works amazing. That's not having to do with making cards, but it's a great way. I'm thinking on doing one for Mailbox Power, so that we're setting up affiliates and
Yep.
we're talking with people about that. So it's called Boards. It's free. I have the paid for version because I just like some of the things it offers. But
Yeah. We use and I don't know if it's similar. We're gonna have to go do some research. We use an app called Shuffle by LFI, and
Mhm.
you can get a free version of it, but you only get one card and it's very limited. You don't get reminders in that. So we have the paid version. If anybody's interested in that, just reach out to us and I can share that tool with you. But it almost builds a website for your business, and you can have up to 10 of them
Right.
for one small fee. And we've been using that for years and absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Marie.
Well, so I was just going to say about Boards before Neil said it, it's free. It's an amazing app. And what's really cool is you can just send your whole board to someone.
Nice.
So like if you've got a team, you create something, handouts or whatever, and you send it to your entire team and they've got it, and it's free for them as well. So it's an incredible app.
I was going to say, it sounds like it'd be great for speakers too, if you build your presentation or whatever and could share it with everybody.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a really good application for it.
Cool. We're going to have to go check it out. Thank you. We learned something new today. Brian.
I'm about to start a podcast. It's going to be geared towards law enforcement, maybe first responders. Do you know, I don't think within Mailbox Power has it. I didn't look though. A mailing list. If I can get a mailing list of all the police departments or all the fire departments in a state or anything, do you know if that's out there anywhere?
I don't know, but I would imagine it's out there under businesses, but I would not, I don't know, because we're
Okay.
trying to protect our police and first responders, so I don't, you might just get the office, you might get the department.
That's what I'm looking
Wouldn't
for, is
get
just the
any
departments.
names. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you might be able to. If not, try Data Axle, which is available at least for us through our library at no cost. If you have to pay for it, it's super expensive, but there are other tools out there that you probably could get that info.
Okay.
Or you just white pages it, that search all police departments in your city or whatever and write down all the addresses, and you'd have to hand jam it in, but that'd be one way to do it.
Okay.
Neil,
Quick question. Someone was said they created images on Chat GPT. You have to have the paid version for that, correct?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, I believe so. That's correct.
All right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have the paid version also, so it's kind of hard to know what's free and what's in the paid version.
Yeah, and Teresa's ahead of me when it comes to creating images on Chat GPT. I've never really considered doing that. I know you can do it. But is there another platform that actually connects with Chat GPT, Teresa, or is it just Chat GPT itself?
I believe it's just Chat GPT itself. I haven't found or haven't dived deeper into finding whether there's another platform that engages with that. Like I said, I mean, some of the things that it creates just blows your mind. And, it's unique to you because, we all describe things differently, right? And what we
Right.
need differently, we all speak differently. So, and you just tell it what you want. And I need, it's like, I need you to create an image for XYZ, whatever it is I'm doing.
Wow.
And it just blows your mind of what, I mean, I posted something about birthday cards on Facebook, and that image is from Chat GPT.
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy what it can do.
Wow. You just sent Mike down a rabbit hole all day long, Teresa.
Have fun, Mike. Let me know how it goes.
He might be reaching out to you today.
Please do. Please do. Absolutely.
All right, last one, Marie, because we're at past time. So
Oh, I just wanted to respond to what Teresa just said, and this is just, I'm just wondering about it, because it's true that we all describe things differently, but I'm wondering if, because you've educated your Chat GPT about yourself, I'm wondering if you described a photo that you want in the same way that I describe it, but because they've learned about each of us differently, if it would be different photos.
We should try that.
Yeah.
Marie, we should try. We should hop on a Zoom sometime and we type in the same thing and let's see what it creates for you and what it creates for me. We can compare notes.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing. Okay, let's do that.
Mike, you want to come play with us?
Yeah, absolutely. What I was going to suggest is that maybe what we do is instead of we play actually on one of these calls just to see what comes up. Maybe
next
week.
Monday. Do we?
Yeah,
wait a minute.
Monday.
Let me check to see, because Mike will want to be on. So I need to see if we have the boys. I think we do. We have the boys next Monday, so that won't.
Yeah.
So we'll have to do it April 1st, probably.
Right, because the following Monday you'll be off and I'll be hosting, correct? Okay.
Yep. So probably April 1st.
But that would
that sounds great. And then we could maybe share our images on chat here or something. But we all type in the same exact verbiage and then let's see what it comes out. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Although he'd be all up for doing it before April 1st. So,
oh, I know. I kind of figured.
So we can schedule something prior to that as a mini and then do it with the whole group.
Or we could do it on Facebook Messenger and figure out what we want. And then we each do it and we like do a group chat, like the three of us or whoever else wants to join us, of course. But and then see what happens. I mean, that's a really great idea, Marie. I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but this has been a really informative call for me this morning. And I think I know we've learned a lot. Hopefully you've learned a lot from this call, and we hope you have gotten value out of this every week. If you're watching this via replay, we highly suggest, if you can join us live on a Monday morning, to join us live, because then you can get your questions answered or share some of the things that you've learned, and we'd love to learn from all of you. So with that, I hope you all have an awesome week, and we'll see you next Monday on the Mastermind call.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.